Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And this week I've got 3 big reviews for you. I did not get the chance to see The Walk this week. Hopefully I will get a chance to see it soon. But I do have the other big, I guess it was big, theatrical release this week. Which takes us on our latest trip to Neverland for the first time because it's a prequel. It's called Pan, as well as the first in a trilogy of the first of a 3-part series I'll be doing on the A-List the next 3 weeks. Back to the Future is coming back into theaters, all 3 movies, in just a few weeks. So I figured I would take a look at the first Back to the Future film, and we have our random review for the week. It's another horror film because we're in October. I'm going to be taking a look at the 2005 version of House of Wax. Yeah, so be sure to check all those out. But we're going to kick off the show this week with my review. Hugh Jackman's in it, my baby Rooney Mara's in it, and some other people. Here's my review of Pan. A baby named Peter is dropped off at an orphanage by his mother. 12 years later, he and a few of the other boys are kidnapped by pirates who are on their flying ship. Take the kids to Neverland, where they are to work as miners for the evil Blackbeard. The pirate soon realizes he is the boy talked about in a prophecy and wants to kill him. Along with James Hook and Tiger Lily, Peter tries to defend Neverland and stop Blackbeard's plan. So what did I think of Pan? I thought it's an odd family adventure. The film acts as a prequel to tell us how Peter got to Neverland and also how all of the characters met. While this isn't a Disney remake, I feel like it would have been better in their hands. In fact, it feels like it tries to be in the same vein of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland with the way it looks. Many of the visuals look like an acid trip and way too weird for a family film. There's also one of the most random scenes I've seen this year, which features all of the miners singing Smells Like Teen Spirit and Blitz Creek Bop. Hey ho, let's go, in different scenes. I'm not sure what they were going for with the natives, as they all are different races and speak with an English accent. The pirates also look like they've made a wrong turn and were looking for a drag show. There's a whole lot of wink wink nudge nudge jokes, as well as that hint as what's to come in the future. The film does get a little better towards the end, as there's a flying pirate ship chase and a sword fight. Levi Miller stars as Peter Pan, the little boy who is believed to be the chosen one who will save Neverland. Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard, the evil pirate looking for pixie dust so that he can live forever. Garrett Hedlund as Hook, the miner who befriends Peter and helps him on his journey. Rooney Mara, oh hubba hubba, as Tiger Lily, the native princess and warrior who believes Peter is the boy they've been waiting for, and Amanda Seyfried as Mary, Peter's mother who has ties back to Neverland. Pan has a few things to offer, but I feel it would have worked better with a revised script and different vision. I'm gonna give it the rating of meh. It's okay. Alright, now let's get into our DeLoreans, and we're going to take a look at an 80s classic. It's back in theaters in a couple weeks, so if you want to see the whole trilogy, look for a theater near you. If not, just watch it on DVD, right? Here's my review of Back to the Future. High school student Marty McFly is told to meet his older eccentric scientist friend to videotape an extraordinary experiment. Once he gets there, he realizes it's a time travel experiment involving a time machine in a DeLorean. When mad Libyan terrorists interrupt the experiment, the teen tries to escape in the car and ends up traveling back into 1955. Once he gets there, he messes up the timeline of his life, preventing his mother and father from meeting. He must help make his parents fall in love and find a way to get to 1985 to get back home. So what did I think of Back to the Future? I thought it's a classic sci-fi comedy. If you're not a fan of time travel movies, don't let that keep you away from this. While terms such as flux capacitor are thrown around, it really focuses more on the story of Marty once he goes back in time. The film really has anything you could ask for, whether it be action, humor, drama, or romance. It's fun to see Marty back in the 50s interacting with his parents, trying to help his dad gain confidence, and trying to calm down his mom who keeps trying to get in his pants. Awkward. The cast also do a wonderful job, starring Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, the teen who travels back in time and must find his way back, Christopher Lloyd as Dr. Emmett Brown, the kooky scientist who discovers time travel and works to help Marty get back to the present time, Crispin Glover as George, Marty's dad, who is a meek nerd and needs his son's assistance to ask out his future wife, Leah Thompson as Lorraine, Marty's mom, who takes a whole different kind of liking to a guy she doesn't realize is her son, and Thomas F. Wilson as Biff, the school bully who bosses around George and doesn't care for Marty either. If you've never seen Back to the Future, do yourself a favor and make some time to watch this 80s gem. I'm going to give it the rating of A-list approved. That's right, it gets the A-list seal of approval. That's the power of love. That's the power. Okay. Anyway. All right. So from one good movie to one, well, we'll see. This week's random review is the 2005 version. This is a remake of a Vincent Price movie from back in the day. What it has to do with it? Wax figures. Here's my review of House of Wax. Six friends on a road trip to see a football game stop off to camp for the night. The next morning, the teens discovered the fan belt on their car isn't working, so they find a nearby town to try to find a mechanic. The old town has very few people in it and looks like as if it's frozen in time. They find a wax museum in that town that creeps them out, along with the town mechanic who is dying to help them. So what did I think of House of Wax? I thought it's a ho-hum horror flick. It's a remake of the 1953 Vincent Price movie, but barely has any resemblance to the original. While a lot of things are more silly than scary here, there are actually a handful of things that were somewhat freaky, such as some of the wax figures, who are actually humans, melting. All of the jump scares are obvious, so everyone but teen girls should be ready for when they hit. The setup of the film, before they hit the town, almost becomes boring. At almost 2 hours, the film itself goes on for too long. I feel as if it were edited better, it might have worked. There's also an eye-roll-inducing last-second twist right before the end credits roll. Really? The characters are very generic, and some of them exist only to have sex. I'm not kidding. The cast includes Alicia Cuthbert as Carly, a teen who ends up running for her life from a couple of freaky townspeople, Chad Michael Murray as Nick, Carly's brother, who isn't exactly on her good side but comes along on the trip anyway, Paris Hilton, yes, you heard that right, Paris Hilton as Paige, and Robert Richard as Blake, a couple of horny teens, Jared Padalecki as Wade, Carly's boyfriend, John Abrams as Dalton, Nick's buddy, and Brian Van Holt as Bo, the town mechanic who's been hiding a few things from the teens. House of Wax has a few good ideas, but ends up melting into mediocrity. I'm going to give it the rating of meh. You know, it's okay, if you can even say that. That was probably being nice, but whatever. Alright, well that's it for this week. Come back next week when I'm going to have reviews of... I'm going to have a lot of big reviews next week. Next week we got Goosebumps. Ooh, you got Goosebumps, baby. Woo! Starring Jack Black, A Bridge of Spies with Tom Hanks. And of course, Crimson Peak as well, the newest horror movie starring Loki himself. And my girl Jessica Chastain. Oh yeah. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside515. You can like the Facebook page, facebook.com/WestTrueBaylist. Follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAList. And of course, you can buy my book, The A-List Review 2014 Movie Review Yearbook. Only I was gonna say only $150. That's not right. Only $10 over 150 reviews. And of course, 2015 version is coming in a few months. So get your wallets ready. Until then, until the next time, Troop out.